Alright, after how horribly the Empoleon EX stream went, check the VODs channel if you missed it, I decided to take out my frustrations today and play a deck that destroys the water type weak to fire. Naturally, I'll never actually face that. But if I battle as many Gholdengo today as I did with Empoleon, you'll think Baby Ceruledge is the greatest deck ever printed. Completely destroying every metal and grass deck via weakness, Ceruledge does 220 damage for 1 fire. Unfortunately, you have to discard 4 fire from hand or else nothing happens. If you want to raw dodge a Ceruledge deck, you're going to need Superior Energy Retrieval, probably Max Rod, and Revavroom to draw you up to 6. Add Fezandipiti to the mix, now you can have a 9-card hand, perfect for discarding 4 energy. Unfortunately, even if everything goes right, you're only dealing 220 damage. That's where Moltres comes in. For a single fire, it does 110 2EXs. Unless you're facing a grass or metal deck, you basically need to piggyback between Ceruledge and Moltres to take KOs, which is, of course, where the main weakness of the deck lies. Still, my feet are tied. The Pokemon Company decided to give us a main set with less than 100 cards, and I'm a handsome YouTuber. Regardless of how the games go, I'm forced to release a video on every semi-viable card that comes out. Otherwise, the PDCGL dev will stop giving me such preferential treatment. If this is Mega Sharpedo, I think we have a chance. Please tell me we didn't prize both Revavroom again. Okay, we did prize not really anything on the Pokemon side, which is good. Okay, so you go down. We're going to attract some customers like we're working the street on a Friday night. Okay. And I guess I put the Moltres down because there's not really anyone else I'm going to want on the bench here. Time to beat off a Pedo, damn straight. And if you're wondering why didn't I play Iono, because they didn't do anything and I don't want them to concede because we might have a chance in this game. And you have to assume they have a supporter and they just couldn't do anything, and also they have Call for Family, so they are definitely going to be in this game. If it's sharp... Oh, they think this is Ceruledge EX. Okay, we are so in there. This is great. Yeah, this is one fun part about this deck, is that your opponent absolutely thinks it's Ceruledge EX. The downside, obviously, is that they play Monkey Dory. Maybe we'll get lucky and they won't put Monkey Dory, though they prized all their Monkey Dory. Okay, maybe they did. You don't know. You can't prove that. You can't prove I was there. All right, so that guy goes into play. We're probably going to need the Brave Bangle. I would very much like a Lillie's, though. That's not a Lillie's. Yeah, no one's expecting the bad Ceruledge. All right, so I need Air Balloon, and I need Air Balloon and more than that. Okay, so let's go Air Balloon. Yeah. I guess. Just the odds of me doing anything this turn are very, very low. I think I just go retreat, hit him for 20. Nah, we'll retreat into... I know they're gonna clutch me, but that's fine. You know, I'm going to need time. I want them to, you know, do some things. I want them to take their time. And then I can bosses up a Sharpedo. And maybe that'll help out a little bit. I don't know. I'm just trying to buy a little bit of time here. They have kind of jammed up their bench. They might have room for 1 Monkey Dory. But you have to hope and assume and wish and clench. Yeah, that they're going to... Pumpkin Amy, thank you for the raid. I appreciate you as always. Raid and run. Hey, I appreciate it all the same. You know, if those viewers watch some ads, then I get more money. That's all I care about. But hopefully you had a fun stream, Amy. Hopefully the tournament went well. I've been very disappointed with tournament results so far from Phantasmal Flames. It's almost like the cards are underpowered. But this is a winnable matchup. Amy, I'm going to win this one for you. If I lose this game, it's your fault, Amy. But if I win, it was for you the whole time. Okay. This did not end up how I thought it was going to end up. Losing the Moltres this early isn't great, but we do have another one. The fact that they got rid of a Monkey Dory is also very, very good. Okay, there's an Ultra Ball that we can't really use. I mean, if I get a Lillie's off the Tatsugiri, then I think I do. Oh, God. Never mind. If we get a Lillie's off the Tatsugiri, then maybe we do. You know, if we get a Firebreather or something. Okay, well, we currently don't have it like that. That's fine. I'm going to Buddy-Buddy Poffin for the Charcadet. I'm going to Super Rod the Moltres back in. And then we're going to draw 3 and hope for the best. Yes, because of the Amy raid, we all have to be on our best behavior now. Well, this is unfortunate. So we got the Lillies, but at what cost? Okay, so let's go get the Moltres back. I'm not going to risk drawing more cards off of the Fez just to not get what I need. And again, I think this will be put in the YouTube video just because this is kind of an ideal matchup. Obviously, the Sharpedo with the Monkey Dory combo is very scary. But I think I can overcome it because as long as they don't knock out the Ceruledge, and even if they do knock out the Ceruledge, we should be okay. But this will be included in the YouTube video just to show you. This is almost an ideal scenario, even though they have the Monkey Dory. But I can, if I can get a Brave Bangle and put the Brave Bangle on the Ceruledge, we knock out the Sharknado next turn. If I can't do that, then we are big screwed. We are big screwed. And there's an eye. Okay, thank you. You just gave me more cards. I'm going to be able to see about 14 cards next turn, and none of them will be what I need. Actually, that could be one of the ones that I need. Okay, so we have multiple Air Balloon. The Monkey Dory, again, is concerning. But we can take the KO. I just need to find a Brave Bangle. Or maybe they misclick, and they only get rid of 2 energy instead of... or 2 damage counters instead of 3, and they got rid of... okay. Alright, well, here's how this is going to go. We're probably going to lose, but what if we don't? And Liquid Ghost, thank you. This is a fire build, but it's not what I would consider a fire build. Get it? It's a fire, but I would not consider it a fire build. Never mind. Okay, so let's get rid of probably the Charcadet. Yeah, we just want to get rid of the Charcadet. We want to thin the deck out as much as possible because we desperately need to not lose. That is the whole strategy right now, is don't lose. It's a crazy strat that hopefully works. Just give me a Lillies. Thank you. Okay, we're going to draw about 14 cards this turn. One of them has to be a Brave Bangle. That is not a Brave Bangle. One of these has to be a Brave... we also didn't get any energy either. Thank you. Okay, we also need to get a bunch of energy. We almost got screwed there. Okay, so I think we use the Superior in this situation, right? And we get rid of the stupid Firebreather because it's the worst card ever printed. You know, the Firebreather is only good if you play multiple copies of it. And then you kind of also need to play Tatsugiri and Liquid Ghost. I hope when you're beating off those children, you think about me. Okay, so how do I win the game from here is the main question. We put a Fez into play. I guess I just have to go Ceruledge. That seems like the only potential option I have is just Ceruledge the Sharpedo twice. And Ian, welcome in. What's the goal of running this new Moltres and Fire decks? It does 110 damage for 1 energy against the X's, and that's just really good for softening people up. But yes, unfortunately, they're going to knock out the Tatsugiri with their Monkey Dory pings, and I don't have a way of healing that. The only thing I can do is bosses the monkey, but that seems really bad. I think my course of action is just try to win off of the Iono, right? So they'll knock out Ceruledge, they'll knock out Tatsugiri. They'll do that next turn. So I essentially just have to Iono them low, hope they can't find Fez. Okay, good. They haven't shown us a Fez. That's really strong. I can't put my Ceruledge EX down because that's a game-losing card. But again, this is just one of those situations where you have to play Iono, but you don't want to play Iono. Because the order of operations with this deck is that you want to have a 20-card hand and you still won't have any energy, as evidenced by what happened here. I think there's 12 energy in the deck. Did you notice how we didn't really get any? Did you notice how the deck was kind of lacking energy? There we go. So this is really bad. All right, let's go. Because again, they have the Monkey Dory. I think I Super Rod the Ceruledge back in, and then 1 energy. I have to Iono. Actually, no, sorry, we attach first. Don't be bad. We attach first. Actually, no, we attract customers first. Even though I think it's only like 1 boss is left in the deck. Ooh, there's a Morty. Well, we don't want that. We want to just thin the deck of everything. We Iono. And then maybe I should have attracted customers after this because all my good cards are on the bottom, but we should have a ton of energy on the bottom of the deck as well. We also can't really lose that bosses if we want to win this game. Okay. We have a Max Rod. I may need to use Ceruledge EX to win the game, but this is all very, very concerning. Okay, let's go. I love Bidoof. Thank you for the raid. Let's go Moltres. Let's get 4. So we're going to put 220 on the dude. I know that for a fact. We're going to put 220 on the dude. The only question is, did they get a bosses? That is the difference between us winning and losing, is if they got a bosses, they win the game. And it just goes to show you how bad this deck is, that you have to have Fez in play. You basically have to have Revavroom. And even if you draw 12 cards a turn, it's super duper sketchy. And Firebreather is useless. Just play Earthen Vessel or literally any other card. But as long as they didn't find bosses, we most likely win the game. Because, I mean, you're like, oh, what if they do like a trap play? Well, if they do a trap play, that means they found bosses, right? If they got a trap play, that means they found the bosses. And I am curious about, oh, I think, is this the game where we saw their max belt? There's a Turos scenario. Ooh, interesting. That's really bad for us. That's really horrible. Was not expected. So we gave them another win condition. How are you not out of energy? You have to be out of energy. Those are the rules. You know, this is Fairly Odd Parents. Those are the rules. Those are the rules. You have to be out of energy. Okay, so they take a knockout. I don't really have any other course of action because they do exactly 270. Right? The only way that I could have won this game is if I get the Ceruledge EX, but again, we're still not doing enough damage. So let's go Rumbling Engine. Let's just draw a bunch of cards, see what happens. Okay, there's a thing. Yep. Can I get some playable cards? That's a negative. All right, so we go attach that, and yeah, we're just gonna come up real short here, and you have to get 1 energy off the superior because it's public knowledge. So yeah, you're seeing it. If any one thing goes wrong, if just one thing goes wrong, if they get a bosses at the right time, if they get a Turo at the right time, it's just having to piggyback is a terrible strategy for this deck. Monkey Dory makes life impossible. Just the fact that you always have to have 5 energy basically every turn is really bad. You know, Ceruledge EX is just better. You know, I have a Gholdengo build that I'll check out on stream if you haven't subscribed to the VODs channel. I'll play Gholdengo, I'll play a regular Ceruledge EX. But what I found is that baby Ceruledge, unless you're facing, you know, a Fezandipiti or a grass deck or a metal deck, this guy does not have a place. When I said that I wanted Squawkabilly and Carmine in my starting hand, not like this. But the good news is that we can do a couple things. So we go and get the... I mean, I guess I have to go get Charcadet. I guess. So I'm going to put the Solrock into play. I'm going to get rid of Ceruledge EX and a Fighting Energy. I'm going to Charcadet for the Legacy. Because we don't want to lose that Legacy energy. That'd be very bad. Okay, so Legacy on the Charcadet. Play with our Rod to put the Ceruledge EX back in. If you're wondering, why do you play Super Rod? Why play Super Rod? Well, because, oh my god, the freaking crap in my pants. Okay, this is fine. The reason I play Super Rod is because you need to be able to recycle some things, and like Superior Energy Retrieval isn't always a viable option. Let's go Gather Strength. And I think it's still... Yeah, I'll just Pal Pad the thing back in, whatever. Okay. Again, we'll take it. I'll take it. It gives me cards for a couple turns. I will take it. It's not the best hand. We can knock out a Tatsugiri if we get a Ceruledge. You know, this is the downside of playing 19 energy. Okay, so this is a winnable matchup. The problem is that this is a winnable matchup for Ceruledge EX. This is not a winnable matchup for a baby Ceruledge with Ceruledge EX. And obviously, if I was playing Ceruledge EX, I would have attached the energy to the Solrock, and I would have been able to knock out the Tatsugiri. It's just, you have to play Ceruledge EX differently if you want to throw in the baby Ceruledge, and just, it's not conducive to what you want to do. Okay, that's a lot of Binding Mochi for a deck that hasn't shown me a Pecharunt. Alright, well, I guess I just... Yeah, I'll just gather strength or something, right? Ooh, hello. Never mind. Okay, don't fail me. Get me any energy. Any energy. There's 19 in the deck. Literally any energy would have been fine. I would have been happy with any single energy you could have given me. You gave me nothing. Okay, well, let's retreat. I'm going to gather some strength. Hopefully they don't Iono me. We're going to put the Charcadet into play. And I guess we're going to put you down. I'm going to gather strength. I'm going to go get, sure, 2 fighting. So the fact that they didn't put a Hero's Cape on either of their Carvana bodes quite well. It's quite bodacious. And since I'm assuming this will be in the YouTube video because it's either going to be a sad loss or a sad win, I will mention that, so in the video for the Ascended Heroes preview, Stunfist was in the video. There's conflicting information. Some people say that, yes, you will be able to do 100 damage with Mega Lopunny the next turn with Stunfist, just like how you could with the Baby Mawile from the Lost Box deck. Other translations, like from Pokebeach and Pokemon Proxies, say it's only the Stunfist that does the boosted damage. So we're just going to have to wait and see. The set is out on Friday in Japan, so it's... Okay, we can do this. So we'll know pretty soon. Like, if Mega Lopunny plays, like, 2 copies of Stunfist, that's a pretty obvious sign that the translation was incorrect. Ooh, hello. Okay, let's go... What do I got in there? Nothing good. All right, let's try to get a couple fire energy. Okay, let's... Remember when I said let's try to get a couple fire energy? Could we please try to do that? Okay, we got him. All right. So I want to get rid of the Lunatone. We go get 2 fire. Does it make any sort of sense to do anything other than just put 220? You know what? I'm gonna believe in the heart of the cards. We're going double Ceruledge. This is how confident I am right now. We're going double Ceruledge. Because they have to attach to their active if they want to do anything this turn. I hope. I'm assuming they're going to have to attach to their active, or they could just, you know, Tauros scenario, or they could Toxtricity, attach Sharpedo. The odds of them using Monkey Dory for anything good this turn are quite low. And if they bosses my Fez, that's fine. We can just get it back. Yeah, that's fine. Totally fine, because we actually don't even need the Fez right now. We just knock out their Sharknado and win the game. So you know what? I'm gonna go without. I'm gonna withhold. I'm gonna pretend like this is, you know, triple N. No Naganodle November. Alright, so let's get a fighting energy in there. Okay. Ooh, hello. Let's Turo that Squawkabilly out of there. Yeah, let's get that dude out of there. And we play with our... Do I play with my rod? Is it too early to play with my rod? I think I should play with my rod. Press 1 if I should play with my rod. All right, so let's get the 4 fire back. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I guess I could put a Fez and a Charcadet back in. But, like, that's all I could do. Sure, let's go Fez and Charcadet. Fez, Charcadet, and... Do I even put a fighting? Because I think there's 8 fighting in the deck, so we'll hold off on that for now. And then I'll just draw a bunch of cards. Seems like a fantabulous plan that could easily get blown up. Okay. Let's go. I mean, there's no way we get another Infernal Slash off this game. The odds of me getting another Infernal Slash off this game are lower than my balls when I drop them on the ground. And I have to pick them up. All right, here we go. We got another one. And hot dog buns. Well, if you watch the beginning of the video, I said I cautioned you. There's only going to be 2 products available on day 1, which is insane. It is absolutely insane that they're going to give us 2 products on day 1, and it's a 2-pack with like Larry's Komala Harris, and then a 3-pack with a new Charmander or a Ghastly, and then 3 weeks later you can get the ETB with 9 packs. So it's going to be like the first month of Ascended Heroes, the prices of cards are going to be insane. Because you have to assume that it's just going to be the lowest availability possible. Yeah, it's going to be, if you think it's rough now, just wait. Just you wait. All right, so they're going for the Fez. I will not put another 2-prizer into play unless I have game. That's obviously the obvious decision here. Oh, they're going to Iono me? No, they played Lilies. They're not going to Iono me. And Super Smash Kart, that's the one we're playing next. So the Gholdengo build has just 2 Charcadet and then 1 of each Ceruledge. All right, well, now I can put this guy into play. Now it doesn't matter. And let's play with our Dong. We get the fighting. We have so many. Ooh, we can even get the Air Balloon. Absolutely goated. I don't think I want to attach the Air Balloon, though. And then I go... I mean, let's have a moral victory here, right? Let's get rid of Nest Ball and Research. Because we might be in a situation where we don't want to screw that up. All right. We get 4 energy back. Yeah, that was today. If you missed it, it was today. All right, so we retreat. Ceruledge. Bosses, the Petulant. They are going to Iono me to 1, which is concerning. But how can we lose? With a hand like this, how can we lose? You know, I know what's about to happen. Doesn't matter. We're still going to win. Because they're like, I just got sauced by this baby Ceruledge. I got to knock it out. You know, Trust Your Pilot must have more superior energy retrievals. And it's like, nope, I'm out of rods and I'm out of retrievals. So if you knock out my Ceruledge EX this turn, you win the game. Well, unfortunately, it appears my opponent rage quit because, I mean, if you get Infernal Slashed for 5 prizes, you kind of have to give up. We know they have an Iono. They would have promoted their Tatsugiri. If you didn't know, what happens if your opponent goes AFK, the Pokemon that's on your furthest left, that gets promoted. So if you're ever wondering if your opponent's here or not, if the Pokemon on the far left gets promoted after a KO, that means they're not there. And that is your Trust Your Pilot lesson for the day that, oops, you just forgot your grandma's name. Sorry. Next game, please. If the Tatsugiri is prized, then Trust Your Pilot has to go for Fez. And I don't need bosses, I don't think, in this matchup, but just in case they have something crazy. Wait, did I just get rid of both fire? Oh my god, I was not thinking. I got too carried away. I was not thinking. I don't know why I did that. Well, it doesn't matter now. We're going to have to we have to get rid of bosses anyway. But no, this is all part of my plan because now I can go into Tatsugiri and we can lose the game if I don't get a supporter. It's very simple. Hey, we got a supporter. All right, well, we're still probably going to lose the Tatsugiri, but that's fine. Well, it's not fine. I made a huge error in judgment, but we're going to be able to play Firebreather twice. How can we lose if we can play Firebreather twice? Oh my god, I'm actually going to lose this game, aren't I? I'm going to lose this game because I was thinking about the transporter and how I'm just going to absolutely sauce them up like I'm a gardener. Okay, never mind. Never mind. We did just lose both of our Firebreather. But the only way they can do anything is if they get another grass energy in their hand, and they just gave me literally the perfect hand in existence, and I don't even need the stupid Tatsugiri anymore. So yeah, this is just perfect. This is perfect scenario. This is Professor Turo's dream scenario. You know, did you know that they just added a Lucario Love Doll and a Dragonair Love Doll to the Pokemon Center website? They're 4 feet tall, and Lucario's tail is doing it for me, let me say. Oh, they're scared. They know. They know. Oh, this is a Ceruledge deck. I got to be careful here. Well, joke's on you. This is a baby Ceruledge deck. This is much worse than a Ceruledge. So now they're probably going to be like, oh, I read the card, now I lose. Well, maybe you don't. Well, you know, maybe you don't lose this game. Because Tatsugiri is doing Tatsugiri things and failing me as per usual. So yeah, the Genesect, again, I try to be optimistic about cards when I'm previewing them, and it's like, yes, you can put a copy of Genesect in your Venusaur deck, and you can snipe a ton of damage, right? You can snipe 200. Like, I don't understand why this isn't a one-of in Mega Venusaur. This should absolutely be a one-of in Mega Venusaur. It won't make it better. It won't fix the consistency issues that plague it massively, but it's a card that exists, and it makes it better. Right? Cut something. Cut a grass energy? I don't know. You got to cut something, though. That's the problem. It's like you play 2 stage 2 lines, Forest of Vitality. They drew 8 cards, and they're still not going to get anything going this turn. They know I got rid of my bosses, and they're like, okay, that's fine. And also a superior. That's less fine for me. Okay. Let's go attract customers. See if we can get a Lillies or something. Oh my god, you are the worst card ever printed. Are we just gonna do nothing back and forth? Ooh, okay, we got the knockout. Hey, oh, is that all of my energy? Okay, so we have 2 rods and 2 superiors and an energy recycler. I think we got this one. You know, I have a deadly premonition that we're gonna win this game. Because we just have everything. There's nothing they can do now. What are they going to do? Iono me to 5? Oh no, only 5 cards and a Tatsugiri? And Kelsey, 8 months. It feels like it's been way longer. And that's why we haven't been getting supporters off the Tatsugiri. But I appreciate it. Simp? No, Kelsey is appreciating the expert gameplay on display here, where all you have to do is face grass decks. And if you're wondering, why haven't I faced Gholdengo today? It's because I'm sub 1500 to Master League, and Gholdengo's in the plus 1500 category. And why am I facing a lot of Venusaur today? I just answered it. We're in the sub 1500. Okay, well, that's bad. But I mean, I'm just going to take multiple prize cards every turn. Like, it's fine. I just take all the prize. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Clam Burglar. Hey, who's the one? Let me guess. You don't even have these sleeves. They do realize they lose 4 energy if they go this way, right? you do realize you lose 4 energy. Okay, maybe if they get... No, if they get Meganium, it doesn't matter. They just have to go get a Chikorita and hope for the best, or get a Fez. Oh, they're going... Oh, sorry, a Bayleaf. Yeah, sorry. They have to evolve Chikorita into Bayleaf. I guess they're going for Tatsugiri? Oh, they're going for the Charcadet. Okay, not who I would have chosen, but that's okay. And again, they lose 4 energy, which is less than ideal for them. Okay, so we get rid of that and that. We just knock out their active. See, like I said in the title of the YouTube video, this deck is great if they just, you know, don't do anything. And I can't take any risks here. We just gotta knock out the Genesect. So I think if you're playing in a, like, if your locals are just flooded with Gholdengo and, you know, people who ride the short bus and play Mega Venusaur, then absolutely sleeve up Ceruledge. But if you're facing a lot of people in your locals who are like tryhards and have good decks like Gardevoir and Clam Burglar, well, I'm going to try. Well, actually, no, I think I just go up with the Ceruledge, right? What's the point? Oh, never mind. But just Mega Venusaur is not good. Ceruledge knocks it out through weakness. You know, Fire, I think Fire is the best type for hitting for weakness because you hit Metal and Grass. Right? I think that makes Fire the best overall type just for hitting for weaknesses. Oh my god, we got another stupid... Okay. Really regretting losing that bosses, but eventually they're going to run out of energy. You know, your deck, I don't think is necessarily designed to recycle 5 energy every single turn. Well, okay, that's once. I said every single turn. That's once. That's one turn. And even then, they can't put that much energy into play, right? They got... Yeah, that guy used its ability. That guy used its ability. So what are they going to do? They have to get a Meganium or nothing. Yeah, the timing was perfect. You have to have a Meganium or else you're doing nothing. Or unless you have a manual attachment. But I don't think you do. I think you manually attach to the Genesect. I think they're realizing that grass decks are terrible and they're about to delete this deck forever. Can we all agree that Mega Venusaur was a massive disappointment and a huge mistake and should never exist? Oh, that's sad. That's sad. That's a rough one there. That's a rough one. All right, so let's go. Let's do that. And then I think I'm going to, sure, let's just Lilies for 6. Because we can do nothing because they're having such a tough Oh, hello. Okay. That's a prime catcher, everybody. This is a prime example of why Mega Venusaur is so bad. Okay, Rumbling Engine. I prefer Neo Cortex. All right, so let's go attract some customers. I guess I get the Lilies, because the Firebreather could just win us the game next turn, right? So if I attach that there and then get that, we get rid of you and you. I go for 4 fire. The fact that they haven't conceded is either commendable or psychopathic behavior. Whichever one you believe, both are true. And Leah, if I knew the rest of the lyrics to that song, I would repeat them to you, but I don't. But yes, I'm edging on Glory right now. We prize 2 energy, doesn't matter. I don't think they can win, right? Because I have Revavroom, we have the Tatsugiri. They are playing a grass deck and also Mega Venusaur. Even if I didn't hit them for weakness, I think we probably win this game. Because if I don't hit them for weakness, I can still just go knockout Ogerpon, knockout Fez, knockout Ogerpon. So yes, this is why I was slightly optimistic about the card pre-launch of Phantasmal Flames. Is like it does 220. Fezandipiti has 210. It's just what do you do after you knock out a Fezandipiti? It's like if you're facing a Dragapult or a Charizard, there's not a lot you can do. Right, you have to, like I said, you have to piggyback with Moltres. Super helpful there, Iono. You have to piggyback with the Moltres. Monkey Dory ruins everything. So if I had to give Ceruledge a grade, it would be a failing grade, and I'd ask them to see me after class and then tell them there's something you can do for me for extra credit if you want to pass this class. That's mean. All right, well, we lost that guy. They're dragging on this game a little bit here. Okay, well, I guess they're going to knock out my Tatsugiri. Oh, they could actually win this game now. Unless I'm really smart and handsome and attractive and I retreat into the Tatsugiri and we get that Firebreather that I left in the deck because I'm a freaking genius. Okay, well, I'll take a Lilies. I mean, I'm not going to scoff at Lilies. Okay, so what? We're superior away from winning. We're, oh, we only have 1 left. We're a Fez, we're a Firebreather. The odds of us winning this game were 100% going into it. I did make an oopsie, but that just goes to show you how easy it is for this deck to beat off. You have to knock out the Tatsugiri. You jerk face. All right, you know what? You know what, bro? I'm going to Tatsugiri first. We're going to go for that Fire Breather. I don't care that I don't have 7 left. Okay, there's a Moltres. I think we're out of bosses, but I think I should put the Moltres into play. So we go Lillie's first, and that's GG. God. Oh yeah, I play Energy Recycler. Forgot about that. So I play the Energy Recycler because you play Fire Breather, so you Energy Recycler, and then you Fire Breather. But it's like, is that a better combo than just Superior Energy Retrieval and Max Rod? I don't think so. But it's a thing that I did, and we won, and I am just this good at Pokemon cards. Like, type in the comments below, Trust Your Pilot is him. He is the best at Pokemon cards. His toes are always out for our entertainment. And if I could be near those toes, I would make sure they're always moist. Okay. The problem here is the Solrock. If they don't attach an energy turn 1, we're fine. If they do, we're less fine. Don't attach. Do not attach an energy. Don't attach an energy to anyone. You got rid of your only energy with the loon. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, they attached to the Gimme Duel. They're dumb. There's only one thing that could have gone wrong this entire game, and that was if they attached to the Lunatone. They did not do that, so Trust Your Pilot has a chance to win. They attached to the Gimme Duel, I guess, because they probably only had a Metal Energy in hand or something. This is a free win here, unless we prize the dude. But we have Brave Bangle, so we can Moltres. We have 2 Brave Bangle. And then I don't think I want another Varoom down. I think we just gather strength. And then we win, right? Like, how do I possibly lose this game? Hitting them for a weakness. The only way we can lose is if they go Air Balloon, attacked with the Solrock, and then I can't find a bosses or anything. Right, so if they go Air Balloon, attacked with Solrock, but no, they didn't do that. We're going to be fine. And this might be a situation where I try to masterfully bait out their Gholdengo, because our worst case scenario obviously is the Solrock. So I could either evolve the active into Ceruledge EX if I can take a knockout of the Lunatone, and then force them to hit into me with the Gholdengo, and then I just go for Ceruledge the rest of the game. Oh no. Colossus, I jinxed it. I jinxed it, Colossus. Oh god, I jinxed it so bad. Okay, then I have to masterfully bait. Oh, we have no energy. Oh no. I pulled a pilot. I made an oopsie in my pants. Okay, this is fine. Everything is fine. Okay, that's good. Let's go. I guess I have to put the Fez down because, I mean, I don't have to put the Fez down, but it'd be pretty dumb if I didn't. Okay, just playable card. Okay, when I said I wanted a playable card, I meant I want a card that I can play. I know that was a little difficult to maybe understand, but when I said, hey, can I have a playable card? What I meant was, can one of the cards that I get be playable? I know I wasn't really clear about that. That might have been, you know, lost in translation, which was the Scarlett Johansson movie. Okay, there we go. Would have been great to get a Charcadet, but I think what I do is I just go up with the Moltres and just say we're going to get our Brave Bangle. Unless, of course, they go for the Fez. If they go for the Fez, then we just Ceruledge and win. Because once we got past that Solrock, once we got past that Obstagoon, we pretty much shored up our victory. Unless they go for the other Charcadet, then we are in big trouble. I think they're going for the other Charcadet. Because that deck does play a lot of bosses. Plays a lot of bosses. And, you know, if we didn't prize that other Charcadet, we'd be in a great position. And I'd be like, okay, fine, knock out the other Charcadet. I don't care. But if they knock out the other Charcadet, we are screwed. All right, well, there we go. Charcadet's surviving. They have to attack with Gholdengo if they want to take a knockout, because unless they have a prime... unless they're playing Prime Catcher... Okay, go for the Fez. They're going for the Charcadet. Okay, that's bad. Well, we need some things to work out for us now. They have done things that I don't like, but we can still win the game because we're kind of out of the danger zone now. All I need to do is attach a Brave Bangle to the Moltres and we win the game. That's it. Put a Brave Bangle on the Moltres, game is over. Okay, so let's go. That's good. I'm going to get rid of... we want to keep the Poffin because I think we have a couple Super Rods, right? Couple rods we can play with. Oh, yep, we got a couple rods. So we'll go Revavroom. And then... which one gets me the more cards? I mean, it doesn't matter, right? They're both going to be 3, but I think we go Revavroom first. Okay, that's the opposite of how I wanted this to go. Let's go Air Balloon on you. Okay, yep, we're just going to Iono and believe in the heart of the cards. I mean, believing in the heart of the cards was apparently a good thing, but we still don't quite have what I want. Okay, that's fine, totally fine, everything's fine, everything's great, why are you worried? Why would you worry about anything in this situation? Let's go Legacy Energy on the Moltres. We're gonna need to get real lucky here. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Infernal Slash. And we know they're not gonna Iono me. You know, they played the Prime Catcher. We're not gonna get Iono. Do you ever notice how whenever I need energy, I just draw into supporters? Kind of happened all stream today. Kind of weird. A little sus if you ask me. Okay, but yeah, they're playing this very cautiously, but finally now they have to attack with Gholdengo. So, I mean, they could try to, again, go for more Solrock and just be like, I can two-shot your Ceruledge, and I think eventually you're going to run out of resources, trust your pilot, but you're never going to run out of handsomeness, because that's just impossible. So they're playing this very smartly, but there's only so much you can do with a Fire Wheat deck, and you're staring down someone as handsome as me on the other side of the table. Am I right or am I right? And one thing I've been thinking back about, so if you go back and watch my old gameplay videos with PDCGO, a thing no one really talks about anymore is because TCG Live is, you know, just, it's in the zeitgeist now. It's been out for almost 4 years. The cards face you, right? In Canada, cards face you. On PDCGO, they were the other way around. I personally didn't like that for a digital card game. I prefer it that the cards face me. However, the reason that PDCGO did that is because it mimicked real life, right? If you're playing in real life, the cards don't face you. So in that instance, I think it made a lot of sense, but PDCGL, just for a digital card game, even though it's not really supported like one, for a digital card game, I think it makes more sense for the cards to face you, though it was a nice touch on PDCGO to mirror real life. And midship guitar? Oh, the reason it would have been bad for me, because then they could have retreated into the Solrock and knocked out my Charcadet turn 1. So because they didn't attach to the Lunatone, they couldn't just retreat it and then go to the Solrock, but then of course they got the Air Balloon anyway, so it didn't matter. They just believed in the heart of the cards. All right, so Brave Bangle is all we need. The question is, what is my best chance of getting it? I honestly think it should be a research into a Fez, right? Oh, they're going for the bosses? On the Fez? The bosses on the Fez? Okay, that, I think, just won me the game. As long as I can get a Brave Bangle or a playable card, we did just win. Right? Unless... no, I think we're fine. And Cock, most people would not agree with you there. That was the like 99% of people when I first started playing TCG Live, the only one who stuck with it, by the way, everyone hated it. I was the only, I was the dissenter. I was at dissenter of the controversy, yeah. I was the only dissenter there. And yeah, I don't think anything terastallized, but I didn't, you know, pay attention. It just happens now. I don't really pay attention to when cards terastallize anymore. It's just part of the whole thing now. It's just part of Live. It's part of Live's life now. And we deal with it. Okay, so I have to put the... Do I have to put the Charcadet down? Oh, we got it. That's GG, baby. I was like, do I even have to put the Charcadet down? I don't think so, but I'll just do it anyway. And let's go Morty for 4. Okay, that's good. Air Balloon on you. Why do we never find energy? Can somebody please explain to me why we never find energy? Okay, so we'll go that and that. And then them's fighting Wangs. And this is why I hyped up Moltres so much. If everyone in your area is playing Gholdengo, just put a Brave Bangle on a Moltres. Congratulations, they hate life. Right? Moltres is just such a good card. Just slap a Brave Bangle on it. You know, any deck that plays Fire Energy, just put a Brave Bangle on Moltres. Your Gholdengo matchup goes from bad to very winnable. You know, you knock out Teal Mask Odrapon without a Brave Bangle. You soften things up. Wait, what? Oh, there we go. See? This deck absolutely destroys Grass and Metal decks. It destroys Odrapon. It destroys Fezandipiti. Against anything that has no fire weakness and has more than 220 hit points, you're screwed. But why are they wearing those loafers? I can't see your toes.